Now, please welcome to the stage. Everybody, first time here, Rich?
Yep.
Please welcome to the stage, Rich Cardillo!
Thank you. Yes, I put down one foot. Yeah, right there. It's a story called Lion. Nice. It's only been a little over 3 months since the election of that asshole. And I'm averaging about 3 or 4 protest marches a week, daily phone calls to every senator that I could, postcards every week, and I'm just plain burning out. I am just over the whole thing. I'm eating shitty takeout every day, stopped going to the gym. I gained 20 pounds, just in a bad way. My friend Joe calls me up, hadn't seen me in ages, and when he heard how bad I was, he said, I'm coming right over. He comes over, he says, I'm getting you the hell out of the house. Come on, we're going to the movies. I'm like, you pick. I'm just so burned out, I don't even want to think. He said, come on, let's go see Lion. Not my kind of a movie. Anybody here see Lion yet?
Woo.
Oh, good. It's this very, very sappy story about a young boy in Calcutta named Sarul who gets separated from his family very early on in life, tragically separated, adopted by an Australian family, and then the rest of the movie is him as an adult trying to connect with his birth mother. Not my kind of a movie. I just don't go to things like that. But I don't know what it was. Maybe I was just so run down. I don't know what it was. From the opening strings to the end of that movie, I cried my eyes out. I've never weep at movies. I was bawling. I was like, Peter, son. And Joe's looking over and saying, what the fuck, you okay? You okay? I'm like, yes, it's just so sad. And they played it that way. They wanted you to feel that way. So the movie ends, I clean up a little bit. He's like, I can't take you home yet. Let's go out for a drink. He takes me to the boiler room, which is near my house right here, and one drink turns into about 7 or 8 drinks. So I'm shit-faced now. I am just out of it. Oh, I'm talking, and protests and resistance, and I'm sick of it, Joe. And Joe is trying to be my sponsor to get me clean. And so he's like, Richard, what do you need right now to turn your life around? And I give him that stupid guy takeaway line, which is just so stupid. I need to get laid. He said, finish your drink. He put on my coat. He helped me out. He took me the block away to the Bijou. I'll tell you what that is in a second. To the Bijou, and he puts me right at the top of the stairs. And he said, do you think you can make those stairs by yourself? I'm like, yeah. He said, go do what needs doing. I don't want to glorify the Bijou on Second Avenue. I don't want to glorify the Bijou by calling it a sex club, because it's not a sex club. And it's not a video booth, because they don't have videos in those little booths for guys. It's like the last ditch effort from when you're drinking that you gotta have sex and you gotta hook up with a guy. That's where you go. And you walk, and I'm going down the stairs, and I had no illusions of why I go to a place like that. I'm 58 years old. I've been widowed for the last 4 years. The sex ain't coming to me. I gotta go to the sex. So I make my way down the stairs, and you go in and you're hit with this melange of smells. It's like a mixture of crack pipe and poppers and poop and pot and piss. It just stinks and it hits you. And I don't know what kind of a crowd they're trying to draw there, but they show on this projection screen in this little seating area bootleg pirated first run movies. Really shitty copies of them, but first run movie. They play them so loud, probably to hide all the gasps and things coming out of the booths. So I go in, and the end of Star Wars Rogue One was there. So I'm trying to sober up and watching that, and the movie ends, and then I start the merry-go-round, go around and around, and try to find some guy to hook up with in a booth, and a guy waves me in. So I said, fuck it, go in. He's already got his pants down to his ankles, and he's yanking at himself, and I'm like, okay, I'll go in there. I go in, I turn around, I latch the door, I turn around, I go to hook my coat up, and as I turn around, I'm losing my consciousness again. I hear the next movie starting. And I hear the strings come up, and I hear the music, and it's fucking Lion. And in the swishiest, grab your pearls, faggiest gasp, I go, and he said, yeah, it's big, isn't it? I said, no. I thought I was gonna sneeze, that's all it was. Then he starts pushing me down by my shoulders, and I hate when guys do that. I'm like, buddy, don't mess with my GPS. I know the route down there. ETA is going to be a little bit delayed because of my knees, but I'm getting down there. So I get down in front of him. I pull my pants down too, and I'm just getting ready to give him a blowjob. And then all of a sudden, it's that scene in the movie where the young Saru is in the train station, and he's looking for his older brother. Gadoo, Gadoo. And then the train takes him away, and he's screaming, Gadoo, Gadoo. And I let out a wail, oh! And the guy says to me, what the fuck is going on? What are you doing down there? I said, I've got a pubic hair in my throat. I'm horrible. I can't make it. So I said, Richard, pull it together. Do what you got to do. Do what needs doing. You're in front of this guy. Go do what you got to do. So I go back to work on him. And then it gets to that scene of the movie where the adult Saru, played by that handsome Dev Patel, is that adult Saru is just unstridden. He gotta find his mother, and he has these flashbacks, and he's thinking of his mother just yelling to him, Saru, Saru, and I start bawling. And then I go from kneeling in front of this guy on that cum-stained floor to falling over, and now I'm sitting, crying my eyes out on this cum-stained floor. And I'm trying to reach my handkerchief in my back pocket for my tears, but my back pocket's somewhere around my ankles. And I can't reach the damn thing. I'm going for it like crazy. And the guy looks at me and he's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? This is fucking over. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Then he said the one thing that would have pulled me out of that. He looked at me and said, quit your tears, you fucking snowflake. Oh. I've been called faggot. I've been called motherfucker, cocksucker, butt licker, fudge packer. I mean, water off a duck's back. I don't give a shit anymore. But I'll be goddamned if after all the protesting and all the marches that I've been doing, if somebody's going to call me a goddamn snowflake. So I jumped up. I unlatched the door. I pulled my pants up first, but I unlatched the door and I said, listen, you motherfucking, I ain't going to be having you walk out of me. I'm fucking walking out on you. I'm out of here. And I walked and I sat in the rest of the seating area, watched the rest of that movie, crying my eyes out like crazy. I must have fallen asleep because I wake up and La La Land is now on there. So I get the hell out of there. And I'm thinking about it now. And what I think of is, it's okay to be that sex positive at 58 years old. And it's that okay to be adventurous and try to be bold and daring. And it's that okay to be a social justice warrior. But the lesson I learned from all of that is you don't juggle those three goddamn things at the same time. You just don't do it. Everybody thinks these stories gotta have some big takeaway. I tell a lot of stories at a lot of places. This story had the most powerful takeaway I ever had, and I was left with a really powerful takeaway. Chlamydia. Yeah.